Hey there, friends and family. Lars Hedenborg, my business partner Thomas Elrod, and Preston Sandlin with Home Inspection Carolinas, here today with some interesting information that all of you need to know. So, Preston, why don't you tell us a little bit about just the dangers of radon gas in the home?
Okay, well, radon gas, if you breathe in radon gas, what happens is the particles get in your lung and they release energy as they decompose. And when they release energy, it damages the lung tissue, makes you highly susceptible to lung cancer. Radon is the leading cause of lung cancer among smokers and the second leading cause of lung cancer among non-smokers. So it is a pretty serious health risk. Over 21,000 people die each year that they attribute to radon.
Oh wow! And so, in the Piedmont area, how common is radon gas?
That's a really good question. They have tested and found high levels of radon, which the EPA considers over 4 picocuries per liter. They found that in all 100 counties of North Carolina. Oh. But having said that, it is much more prevalent in the mountainous areas. There's a map, if you go to ncradon.org, that kind of shows it, but it has been found in all 100 counties. The Piedmont is kind of, it's in the middle. I mean, that seems simplistic, but it really is. The national average is 1 out of 15 houses. I would say in Charlotte, it's probably about 1 out of 20, 1 out of 25. But, the test is usually around 150, 180 bucks. 1 out of 20 chance, I'm going to pay that money to have that test.
So let's talk about that, Preston. There are 2 types of tests, right?
Correct.
Can you go over both of those really quickly, what those 2 tests are for the audience?
Absolutely. Well, there's a passive test and a radon monitor test, continuous monitor. The passive test is what you see in Lowe's or Home Depot, or you can get from the site that I mentioned. They're basically charcoals, and you have to leave those out for 48 hours, and then you mail them and send them off, and they test it, and then you get them back. The advantage of those are they're not very expensive. They're about 15 bucks. The disadvantages are it takes about a week to get the results. Another disadvantage of that is that if you were doing this in a real estate transaction situation, the seller could do things to try to tamper with the test results. They could put a bowl over top of it, they could open all the doors and windows, and what they're trying to do is, they're afraid they got radon, they're trying to, slur the test a little bit.
Sure.
With a continuous radon monitor, now it's going to cost a little more. It's going to be 150, 180 bucks, depending on who you get it to perform the test. But it can't be tampered with. It takes a reading every hour, and the machine has all kinds of things. It can tell if it's been tampered, unplugged, anything like that. So the advantages are it can't be tampered with, or you'll know it, and you get the test results within 48 hours, and you don't have to wait for a week.
So to spend $200 on a $200,000 investment makes a lot of sense, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. If you're buying a house in a real estate transaction, get the continuous monitor. If you're a homeowner that just wants to know the level of radon in your own house, get the charcoal.
And not to scare the audience, but as far as remediation, how easy is it to remediate the radon gas out of the structure of the house?
Well, every house is different, but a radon mitigation system typically costs $1,500 to $1,800 on a typical house. It's going to involve a 4-inch pipe and some type of fan. There's a couple of different types. And we've got a little bit on the video about that, but typically about $1,500 to $1,800. Radon in North Carolina, high levels of radon is a material fact, but also if the house has had a mitigation system installed, that's also a material fact, even if it's been corrected, because the way the Real Estate Commission looks at it is that there's a mechanical component there, and should that mechanical component fail, the levels could be high again. So it is a material fact, but it is something that can be manageable. And if you talk to somebody who lives in the mountains, that's pretty much the majority of the houses have radon mitigation systems in them.
Sure. Well, we wanted to thank Preston Sandlin with Home Inspection Carolinas for being with us today. And friends and family, if you have any questions, reach out to Lars, myself, and we'll get those answered for you.
And so if you're thinking of selling your home, definitely reach out to either Thomas or myself. Our contact information is here on the page. We'll come out to your home and do a free home equity evaluation, and we will show you exactly how we get our sellers top dollar for their homes in as little time as possible with the least amount of hassles. And that's why we call ourselves High Performance Real Estate Advisors. And go to our website, highperformancerealestate.com, and we will talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.